Hey friends, I have excellent news for you today. We're graphing again, and I know how much you guys love to graph. So, hey, chapter 4 is a lot like chapter 3. If you remember in chapter 3, we learned some other stuff, but for the most part, the meat of the chapter was learning how to solve for the same answer. We learned 5 different ways to do the same thing. Chapter 4 is the same way. We're going to learn 4 different ways to solve for the same thing, starting with graphing. So, what is it we're even solving for anyway? We're solving for what we call the roots of an equation. We can find the roots by finding the zeros. They're the same thing. Zeros, roots, potato, patata. So where it crosses the x-axis, there are going to be 3 possible answers. If it has one real solution, it is touching at exactly the vertex and only the vertex, so it has one solution. Sometimes it might cross it twice, so it has 2 solutions. And it's also possible that it might not cross it at all if the vertex, if it points away from the vertex, away from the line there. So that would be no solution. So basically, just graph it. I say graph, you say table. Here's the thing about today. They potentially are going to say that it equals something. It needs to equal either y or 0. You see how over here I've got this negative 12 chilling on the wrong side of the equal sign? That's not okay. So let's add 12 to both sides. X squared minus 8x plus 12 equals 0. And then from here, I say graph, you say table. So I'm going to start using with my negative b over 2a to figure out where is the middle of the table. And my b is a negative 8 this time. And since there's not a number written, my a would be 1. So it's a positive 8 over 2, which is 4. So I make my table, and I tell you guys what, I've already plugged it in, so you guys can just kind of see. And so now I'm going to just graph it. Starting at 2, 0, 3, negative 3, 4, negative 4, 5, negative 3, and then 6, 0. I'm kind of having to guesstimate there. Like so. Now I'm not done. What I need to do, it says solve by graphing. Okay, so solve it by listing literally those 2 points. 2, 0, and 6, 0. Conveniently, I found those also on my table. Okay, now I have a conundrum, if you will. And let's go, do I have a number? I do. Cool. Well, yeah. No, I'm sorry. We're not going to do that one. I wish I had an example like what, I know you're going to see one of these. What's going to happen, we'll just do random example time here. Yay. What's going to happen is at some point, you're going to have a parabola. That when you graph it, it's going to go like this. And it's going to be really tempting to say, oh, well, it's no solution. Oh, but it's not, because it's graphing like this, and if you extend the arrows, it is eventually going to cross the x-axis. Every year I have people tell me that, no, that one's no solution. No, it's not. So what you need to do, if this was my table, x, y, it's supposed to be a y, and I had negative 2, negative 1, 0, negative 3, negative 4. What you need to do is go ahead and plug in and find the next values so that you can plot the next points and tell me where those are, which hopefully they'll go at nice happy spots. It might tell you to do consecutive integers. What that means is, here's my 0, but it's not in a happy spot. So what is it in between? It's in between 0 and 1. So that's what I would say, between 0 and 1. This one would be between negative 5 and negative 4. So that is all we do today.